Hello everyone and welcome to our last math video of the school year. In this video we're going to take a look at fraction of a set type problems. So these are problems that ask you to find the fraction of a whole number, like half of 20 or 2/3 of 12, things like that. There are three ways we can find the answer to these kinds of problems, so I'm going to go ahead and show you all three in this video. For our first example, let's say that you have started collecting rocks. You collect 24 rocks. 1/3 of those rocks are sedimentary, 1/4 are igneous, and the rest are metamorphic. How many of each rock type do you have? Well, let's start out with our sedimentary rocks. This is a multi-step word problem, so we'll want to start at the top and work our way down. So 1/3 of your 24 rocks are sedimentary. So we want to find 1/3 of 24. Now the first way we can solve a problem like this is by using division. My fraction tells me that we have split up our 24 into 3 equal groups, and we want one of those groups. So first, let's split 24 into 3 groups. We know that whenever we're splitting into groups, we are dividing. So 24 divided by 3 is 8. We want one group, so one group of 8 is 8. So this tells me that 8 of our rocks are sedimentary. Let's move on. We have 1/4 of our rocks are igneous. Well, in order to solve this one, we'd want to find 1/4 of same number, we still have 24 rocks. So now we want 1/4 of 24. Let's divide those out. I'm going to show you a different way to solve it here. I could say, well, 1 out of 4 rocks is igneous. We don't have 4 rocks, so we have 24. So how many rocks out of 24 are igneous? So I've set this problem up to look like equivalent fractions, just like we've done before. 1/4 is equal to how many 24ths? And we can use our knowledge of equivalent fractions to solve. 4 times what will give me 24? Well, we'd know we'd have to multiply by 6. So we'd say 4 times 6 gives me 24. So if I multiplied by 6 on my denominators, I have to do the same thing on my numerators, and I would find that 1 times 6 is 6. So that 6 tells me that 6 out of 24 rocks are igneous. My last step says the rest are metamorphic. Well, it doesn't give me a fraction, but I know that 8 are sedimentary and 6 are igneous. So altogether we have 14 rocks here. We know that there are 24 rocks altogether. So to find the remaining rocks, we do 24 minus 14 gives me 10 rocks are metamorphic. So we have solved all of our rock types, 8 sedimentary, 6 igneous, and 10 metamorphic. Let's take a look at another example. In this example, let's say that you decide to make brownies. You make 1 dozen of them. Remember, 1 dozen is the same as saying 12. You add sprinkles to 2/3 of your brownies. How many have sprinkles? Well, we have 2/3 of your 12 brownies. Now, I've already shown you how to use division and how to use equivalent fractions to solve these kinds of problems. Here's one more method. That is using multiplication. I can multiply my fraction and my whole number. 2/3 times 12. Now, we learned in our last video that we can set that 12 as 12 over 1 and multiply straight across. 2 times 12 is 24. And there we go. 3 times 1 is 3. So we could say, well, 24/3 of our brownies have sprinkles, but we know that when we get these improper fractions, it's best to just rewrite them as a mixed number. So I can say, okay, well, to rewrite this, I would say 24 divided by 3 is, I'm just going to write that down here, is 8. So I would say 24/3 is the same as saying 8. 8 brownies have sprinkles. So to summarize, we found fraction of a set by using division, using equivalent fractions, or by multiplying the fraction and the whole number. You can use any of these 3 methods to solve these sorts of problems. Think you got it? Let's try it out. Go ahead and pause the video and try these problems. You can use any of the three methods we just did, whether you decide to divide, multiply, or use equivalent fractions. Go ahead and try it out. So let's go over the answers and see if you got them right. For our first problem, we had 1/5 of 20. So I'm going to go ahead and use our multiplication to solve this. 1/5 times 20 over 1. So 1 times 20 is 20, and 5 times 1 is 5. So I could say 20/5. Now I'm going to rewrite that from an improper fraction into a mixed number. So I'd want to divide my numerator by my denominator. 20 divided by 5 is 4. There are no pieces left over, no remainder, so I would just leave it as 4. 1/5 of 20 is 4. For my next problem, 3/4 of 12, let's try this one with equivalent fractions. So I could say 3/4 is equal to how many 12ths? I'd solve this by looking at my denominators. 4 times 3 gives me 12, which means I would need to multiply my numerator by 3 as well. 3 times 3 gives me 9. For the answer on this one, I would not say 9/12, I would just say 9. 9 was our missing number. So 3/4 of 12 is 9. For this next one, let's go ahead and solve this one with division. Change it up a little bit. 9/10 of 20, we can solve that by saying 20 divided into 10 equal groups. So 20 divided by 10 equals 2. So every group has 2 in it, and we want 9 of those groups. So 9 groups of 2 gives me 18. So 9/10 of 20 is 18. For my last one, 5/6 of 18, I'll go ahead and use equivalent fractions one more time. We can set that as 5/6 equals how many 18ths? Well, 6 times 3 gives me 18. So whatever I do on the bottom, I have to do on the top. So 5 times 3 gives me 15. So my answer for this would just be 15. I don't have to write out 15/18. I would just say 5/6 of 18 is 15. And that is it for this video, everyone. Go ahead and try this out on today's assignment. Good luck with it, and we'll see you around. Bye now.